a sheet of paper up here, and anybody can get this information for the block by block program for free houses, which is $1.
Free houses for $1? Baby, where? Because last time I checked, if you stroll into Dollar Tree, fill up a cart, and roll out without paying, guess what? You're not headed home. You're headed to jail. Know why? 'Cause $1 ain't free, sweetheart. Let's not get it twisted. That's what kills me. Tiffany out here pitching these free dollar houses like it's revolutionary. Sis, that ain't development. That's delusion with a dash of fantasy. Tiffany, love, you're wildly unqualified for this. Honestly, that might explain why your seat stayed warm for just 4 years. Bless your confused little heart. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Jayla Renee. Go ahead, smash that like, hit subscribe, and drop a comment below. Mama's in the circle today. Yes, ma'am. Serving green on green realness. Y'all catch the vibe? Do we love it? No? Maybe? Okay, never mind. Let's get into it. So look, we're cracking open the archive today, digging up one of Tiffany's most outrageous, wildly unserious ideas. One of her genius plans that the trustees were like, absolutely not. And honestly, I don't blame them. Here's what she tried to sell. Tiffany swore she was going to bless the whole community with free homes. Yes, girl, free homes. At least that's how she worded it. And I know you're looking at me like, girl, you lying. But I'm dead serious. She really stood up and said, give me $1 and I'll give you a house. Find an abandoned house on your block? Cool. She said everybody on that block should get one. Now, mind you, there's one house and 12 people. Yeah. Good luck. Split it up. Draw straws. Bunk up. That's your problem now. She had this whole dream built around it. Like really believed this was some groundbreaking vision. Tiffany Henyard, aka Tiff the Builder, swore she was channeling Dr. King himself. I wish I was joking. Yeah, she really said that dream was about her. That march was about her blueprint, her vision. Block by block, baby. This was her grand plan. Sell you $1 house, then give you 6 months, just 6, to flip it, fully renovate it top to bottom. But here's the twist. Tiffany is infamous for dragging her feet, losing permits, and making sure nothing moves without her say-so. So what do you think's gonna happen? You pay that $1, you get to work, you wait on permits, you wait some more, and then boom, 6 months fly by. Nothing's approved. House gone, snatched, foreclosed. Tiffany's got it back. And honestly, I think that was the scam all along. And of course, right beside her, Mr. Holmes, playing backup singer like always. That man never missed a chance to defend Tiffany, even when the plan made no sense. But now, crickets. Nothing. Not a peep. Calm. Silent. Completely sedated. Where's that loyalty now, Holmes?
Bank will not be taking all the properties.
Exactly.
We choose the properties that we want the land bank to take.
There you go.
So again, let's get the facts straight before we put them out there.
Okay, so
If we don't have
are
the
we
facts
getting
straight,
money
then
from the
don't put them
land
out
bank?
there.
Are we getting money from the land bank? They paying for the properties that
We will be getting money from the land bank. Attend the meeting, man.
So
You have that opportunity to ask that.
Did you discuss that and say what
Ma'am,
dollar amount we getting?
we talk to the land bank. We are setting up a meeting to see the amount that we're going to get.
She said it loud and clear, didn't she? If we're not getting anything, then we're not going with it. Straight, no chaser. So all this backpedaling now, pointless. Because y'all clearly said, no money, no support for the land bank. But then what happened? You voted for it anyway. No structure, no documents, no framework, nothing. Just handed it over like a wrapped present with a bow. You're giving out opportunities with zero accountability. And for what? So let me say this, Mr. Mayor. Next time you come pushing policy, don't show up empty-handed. Don't come talking dreams without the details. Bring the roots. Plant them deep. Because if your foundation isn't solid, you've got no business acting like you're building anything. Now about those meetings. You keep claiming there was no housing committee meeting? Sir, we had one. The problem? You weren't there. Neither was your administrator, Not a single one of your staff showed up. So, yeah, of course, you don't know what was said. That's not on us. That's on you. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm just speaking facts. And no, I'm not done. Since you love inviting folks to these little meetings, make sure you're inviting all of us, not just your inner circle. If that means you gotta show up at my front door, drag me out by my ankles, tie me to a chair just to get me in the room, then go ahead, because I'm not coming willingly. And now, that's your job, Keith. You want the people involved? Then act like it. Put in the work. Oh, and let's not leave out Tiffany, Miss Transparency herself. She used to call these meetings secret squirrel meetings. Yeah, that's the energy we were dealing with. But now, she's out here pretending like she never even knew they existed. Classic.
Number one, because we didn't know anything about it. So if you guys are saying one thing up here that you didn't have access to the housing meeting, to have it here, now you're saying you did have a housing meeting. But what I'm stating is, trustee, if it's something that you want to do or something you want to place on the agenda, all you have to do is send it in like y'all send everything else in, and we place it on the agenda. So that is a lie when you say that we're not placing things on the agenda. All right, go ahead, trustee.
Look, I get it. Who wouldn't want a house for $1? At this point, I'd even settle for a $1 trailer. But let's cut the fluff. Who's actually on the hook for these homes? Who's carrying the liability? Oh, right, the village. So if something goes wrong with these properties, guess who's responsible? That's right, us. Meaning potential lawsuits, taxpayer money in jeopardy, and once again, no clear roadmap. When these programs roll out, we have to think it through from start to finish. It's not about shutting down the idea. It's about demanding transparency. We're not saying no to the program. We're saying, show us the full plan. As a realtor, I can't blindly back anything that's financially or legally reckless. I sell homes for a living. I know the stakes. So tell me, what kind of lottery is this? Who gets to enter? Who's running the show? Oh, wait, I know. Tiffany. She's both gatekeeper and manager. This is Tiffany's gig, Tiffany's playground. So just remember, she's calling every shot. Just like always. Now, when folks said we weren't getting anything from this deal, what they really meant was, hold up, let's not rush into a half-baked vote. Because once that vote passes, we're locked in legally. If it all blows up, they're not blaming the program. They're pointing fingers at the trustees who approved it. So we need something solid. That's just being smart and accountable. And when it's time, we promised residents we'd be transparent. We'll lay it all out. But we're not stepping into liability without a clear plan, just chaos. We're here to make sure it's done right, plain and simple, and shout out to whoever finally said, hey, this is how adults communicate. For real, when someone speaks passionately, you don't cut them off or say, are you done yet? Nope. You let them finish, then say, okay, here's what I heard. That's how trust and understanding grow. Except, I don't think she's actually listening. I think she's just playing games, as usual. Because if she truly heard Brittany, she'd know we didn't just vote blindly. But that's the story she wants out there, so she's running with it. Meanwhile, I've got the receipts. I'll show you soon. Y'all approved that land bank deal with zero paperwork. Now y'all expect me to work with full docs? That hypocrisy is wild. And don't even get me started on Tiffany in Atlanta, acting like she's clean in all this. Oh no, I saw exactly where she was. Memorial Day weekend, ATL. I tracked the spot on Google Earth. I'm basically a Google Earth detective now. While she's living it up, we're here cleaning up the wreckage from these half-baked schemes. And let's get real about this free dollar house hype. It's not free. Like walking into Dollar Tree and grabbing stuff without paying, you'd get arrested, right? Exactly. $1 still costs money. Tiffany calling these houses free is just another headline grab with zero logic behind it. So let's be clear, those free houses for $1? Nope, $1 ain't free. And if you try to sneak something out of Dollar Tree without paying, you're going to jail. That's reality. But Tiffany's out here selling the dream of free houses for $1, and y'all bought it. After she looked you dead in the eye and said, and I quote, she ain't giving y'all a dime. Still, You voted for her. After she made it clear no money was coming your way, y'all went right back to the table thinking, maybe we can make it work. But when it came to programs for residents, not investors, not the land bank, she shut that down. You didn't even get a fair shot to start the program because she refused to share info. She wanted blind trust, just like with that shady cancer foundation she ran. Remember? It's for a good cause, she said. I know someone with cancer. Sure, turns out she was funneling money and the foundation wasn't even hers. That's why she's untrustworthy. You can't believe a word she says. Now, about those dollar houses, they weren't for residents, let's be honest. They were for investors. You had to show proof of funds, $20K, be a licensed and bonded contractor in the village of Dolton, get a 90-day permit, pass multiple inspections, initial and final, and have your $1,000 escrow ready. Oh, and it's a lottery, with a 75-25 split. Investor pockets 75%, village gets 25%. Sounds like a hustle, right? Here's an example. I almost bought one myself. Had a private inspector check it out. Thank God I did. The house was literally sinking, joists rotten. Inspector said, "Don't buy this." So I didn't. That's due diligence. Tiffany? Nah. Remember, she rented a property to a single mom with kids. The basement was covered in feces, black mold so bad it grew on the kids' shoes overnight. Not kidding, clean shoes at night, moldy by morning. The family got sick. The city declared the house uninhabitable, slapped a sticker on the door. But Tiffany? She brought in her own inspector, got it cleared, and moved the family back into a toxic home. Later, real inspectors had to come back and say, "Nope, this place is still unsafe." That's the sneaky part. Tiffany's got her own crew of inspectors, the ones who stamp what she wants when she wants. People breathing mold, lungs, turning black, and Tiffany, she doesn't care, not one bit. Nothing matters to her. That's why if you're smart, you hire a private inspector. Don't trust the village's crew. Tiffany's team might just lie straight to your face. When she talks about crawl spaces, that's code for cover-ups. Now, if you're an investor, you can't just keep the property. No renting to Section 8. You have to sell it. That's how the village makes money. Now let's break down the $5,000 house program. You have to be a Dalton resident, live in the house for 5 years, fix it within 90 days, permits, inspections, repairs. Miss the deadline? Boom, foreclosure. And who swoops in to snatch it up for pennies? You guessed it, Tiffany. This is no accident, it's a strategy. Tiffany could have gotten away with some of this if she just communicated, but no, she craved control so much, she ruined herself. Kendrick said it best. Sit down, be humble. Now, the inspection fee, just $500 for homeowners. There's a lottery, too. And of course, I say, always get a private inspector, especially if you're a first-time buyer. Learn to maintain your home, know what you're walking into. They even require homeowner training and yearly inspections. And now she says she's got roots to launch this. Girl, check your ruts. Oh, wait. Ordinance, that's what she meant. Trying to sound official. All she's asking is for the board to give her the same shot they gave the land bank, which wasn't even giving money either. She said if any trustee had feedback, she would have added it in. Just say it. Now we cut to Tino. Play the video. Ma'am, may I speak before that plays? Here we go. Enter Holmes. Always in that old sepia tone. Every time he talks, it's like 1923 all over again. Slow, bootlicking, political kissing up. Suddenly, I agree residents should have chances to improve their lives. Oh, really? But you were right there asking, is any money coming back to Dalton? And she said, no. You heard that, right? Or did you just not want to challenge her? Then comes the land bank rep's video. She lays it out. They keep the lights on by selling properties. They're a non-profit. But their money comes from resales. Funds go back into operations and community development. But just as she's about to explain more, cut. Tiffany snips it, just like that. Why pick that still shot? Why pair it with no revenue, pointing at his... Really? That's your edit? Tiffany, why? Wait, who did this? What even is this? No revenue to... And then it just stops. The sentence ends. Makes it look like the truth is zipped up and hidden, like no revenue to... him. It looks bad. Tiffany, you don't see how weird this looks? She cuts the clip right there, like she thought she was slick. Tiffany, honey, you're not. You cut off the context. Snip. Then add dramatic sad music like some indie documentary. Cue violins. Music. Tiffany, you were terrible at this job. No wonder you lasted only 4 years. No re-election for you, baby. Because you failed. Your one job was to be charming. Just a little charm. That's it. Give people a reason to tolerate you. Let them sit through your mess with a smile. But that was too much, huh? And now, you're gone. If no one else says it, I will. Mama misses you. That's right. Everyone else acts like they're happy you're out. They're not. Not like I am. I'm glad for Brittany. She doesn't have to deal with your nonsense. I'm glad for Holmes, too. Even if he's a liar. Because the rug got pulled from under him. But me? Tiffany, you were pure entertainment. A walking, talking, meme-worthy, headline-making disaster. Girl, I miss you. Y'all stay out of trouble. I'm not doing it. Nope. And if you made it this far, drop an 8 in the comments so I know you're one of mine. You right here, in my heart. Mama loves you. Peace.